Alright, today I want to talk about something that's been spreading way faster than it should, and it's starting to affect how people think about Varka, banners, and even their pull plans. Over the last couple of days, fake leaks about Varka have been circulating, and the problem isn't just that they're wrong. The real issue is how they were spread, how they were defended, and what happened after the person posting them was directly called out. In this video, I'm going to walk through what people saw, why so many believed it instantly, how this turned from a simple false claim into repeated misinformation, and why situations like this keep happening in the Genshin leak space. By the end, you'll understand exactly why this matters and how to avoid getting caught by the same tactic again. When the first post started going around on X, it looked familiar. It was labeled as a Genshin 6.4 leak. It used clean formatting, and it made a very direct claim about Varka. The most important detail, though, wasn't the claim itself. It was the line that said it came via seal. That single line did most of the work. Once a trusted name appears, people stop questioning. They assume someone else already checked it. That's not laziness. That's how information usually works online. When I saw it, I didn't react emotionally. I didn't argue in replies or jump into quote tweets. I did what anyone serious about this kind of information does. I went directly to Seal's Telegram. If this was real, that's where it would be. And there was nothing there. No post, no update, no mention of anything even close to that claim. That moment matters, because it tells you something very important. The claim didn't originate from the source it was attributed to. One important thing I want to clarify is where real information actually comes from. If you want to see leaks from the source, at this point, some people might say, okay, but what if it was deleted? That's a common defense, but it doesn't hold up in practice. When real information is posted, it gets archived, screenshotted, mirrored, and discussed immediately. There's always a trail. In this case, there was none, just reposts of the same image, repeating the same claim, with the same attribution. Now, to be fair, there is some older context people keep bringing up. A long time ago, there was a rumor floating around that Varka might be a standard character. This was early speculation, back when a lot of things about future banners were unclear. But that rumor never solidified. It was never supported by consistent sources, and it hasn't been repeated in recent credible leak cycles. Information in Genshin changes constantly. Old rumors don't stay valid just because someone remembers them. Responsible leakers drop information that no longer holds up. They don't recycle it. This is where the situation could have ended cleanly. Seal themselves pointed out that the claim never appeared at the source. After that, other people started calling it out as well. That should have been the moment to slow down. A correction, a clarification, or even just stopping would have been enough. But instead of correcting anything, the response was arrogant. Short replies, dismissive comments, and no explanation. No acknowledgement that the attribution was wrong. And then, something even more telling happened. After being called out, instead of stopping, the same person reposted another claim, this time saying Varka would be a free unit in a 6.4 event, again attaching a known leaker's name to it. This is the point where it's no longer believable as confusion or a mistake. A free 5-star character is not a small rumor. That kind of claim instantly affects how people think. Players start planning around it. Some decide not to pull, some decide to save, some spread it further, and when someone continues posting dramatic claims after already being shown that their previous attribution was fake, intent starts to matter more than accuracy. This kind of escalation isn't new. It's a pattern that shows up again and again in leak communities. Someone posts a bold claim. It gets attention. People question it. Instead of backing up or correcting, the claims get bigger. Bigger claims bring more engagement, more replies, more visibility. Even negative reactions keep the post alive. The focus shifts from information to attention. What makes this especially harmful is how most players consume leaks. The majority don't check telegrams or discords. They don't trace posts back to their origin. They see screenshots. They see reposts. They see the same image over and over. After a while, it feels real simply because it's familiar. By the time someone points out that the source never posted it, the belief is already there. This is why attribution matters more than the claim itself. Right now, the information going around about Varka's release comes from recent community leak discussions, not from any official announcement. Those discussions suggest that he's expected to debut as a limited character in the first phase of version 6.4. However, there's been no direct confirmation from HoYoverse and no first-hand post from an original leaker that fully locks this in, so the timing and banner status should still be treated as unverified and subject to change. Based on recent beta descriptions, Varka is designed as a sustained, on-field damage dealer whose gameplay revolves around a long-lasting skill state rather than short-burst windows or plunge-focused mechanics. His damage scales heavily with attack, and part of that attack is converted into a Nemo damage alongside a secondary elemental damage type that depends on the elements present in his team. Once his skill is active, he's encouraged to stay on the field, remain grounded, and continuously attack rather than disengaging or swapping frequently. Overall, his kit rewards steady pressure, cooldown management, and structured team compositions over quick swap rotations or reaction-centric playstyles. What matters is that specific claims were presented as coming from sources that never posted them. That's a fact, not an opinion. Leaks aren't about believing everything you see. They're about understanding uncertainty, patterns, and responsibility. Most people who believed these claims weren't careless. They trusted the attribution. That's why calling out fake attribution matters. It protects everyone else. If you already believed these claims, that's understandable. A lot of people did. That's exactly why situations like this are worth talking about calmly instead of turning them into drama. Correcting course is always better than doubling down. If you want more videos like this, where we focus on context, patterns, and verification instead of reacting to screenshots, consider subscribing. And if you've seen other leaks recently that made you pause or feel unsure, leave them in the comments. It's worth talking about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.